Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time being here, thank you so much for stopping by and thank you for clicking on this video. And for those who are new, thank you. Today I'm going to show you how I did this t-shirt using infusible ink markers, the Cricut Infusible ink markers. Now I must admit that this it took some challenge because I am not very good at art and craft. That was my least favorite subject in school. So I did not learn how to color very well. I'm not a good colorer, if that's a word. So I had to draw this out 2 times. The first time I did this, well, my son started helping me to color. It looked like this. Now my son did these ones using the regular markers because I had to give it to him because he could not leave me alone. So I started coloring the elephant with brown, and then I quickly realized that this won't work. It will be best if I leave the elephant as is. So I went ahead and I did it over, and this was what I ended up with. Now this, I believe, was a very intricate design because what I realized was that the marks in between for coloring were quite small, so it came out like this. I'm not sure if you're seeing this quite well, but at the end of it all, I really like it. I really love it, and I'm gonna show you my process of making it. You don't have to use this design, this intricate design that I have used. You could use another design and I'm sure that it will come out quite well. Materials that I use for this project, I use my heat resistant tape. I also use my infusible ink markers. I got one from Michael's and the other from Amazon. I'm gonna give a link. I also use my light blue mat. This is important. You need a light grip mat, or if you have a green mat that is quite used, you could also use it. I use a sublimation paper. This is the one that I use. I use my Cricut Maker, not my Cricut Maker, but my Cricut Explorer Air 2, and I also use my mini heat press from Cricut. So those are the materials that I have used. So this is after I have pressed the design, and I want you to notice something that happened here. So I used one of the markers that I believe was called Cardinal, and I thought I was gonna get a nice bright red color, but if you notice, it looks so much redder here, and it came out pink on the shirt because I used it inside the lettering, and I also used it on the heart of the elephant foot, and it looked much brighter on here than here. So I guess that is actually pink and not red. So we live and we learn. So without any further jibber jabber, I'll see you in Cricut Design Space. Okay guys, we are in Cricut Design Space. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to upload my image to the canvas. To do this, you're going to go down here where it says upload. I'm going to press on upload, and I am going to browse to my image. Now I got this image of design bundles, and this is the image that I'm going to use. I'm going to see if I could put a link to this image in the description box. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add it to my canvas. Now this was a free image that I have gotten. So what I'm going to do, is I'm going to size this image down a little bit more because it's too big. I'm going to take my view down. Okay, what I'm going to do if you notice, this is a layered image. However, it doesn't matter because we are going to use our pen to actually draw this. So I'm going to draw this on an 8.5 by 11-inch paper. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go over here where it says shapes, and I'm going to click on a square. And when the square comes in, it's going to come in 2 inches by 2 inches. I'm going to go up here where the lock proportion is, and I'm going to unlock this square. I'm going to change it to a 8.5 width by 11 inches because that is the size of the paper that I'm going to use. So it means then that whatever I put on this 8.5, this represent my page or my sheet. It's supposed to fit on this whole thing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to lock that proportion. I am also going to go here and I am going to send this shape to the back. And I'm going to change the shape to white. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my elephant and I'm going to size it to fit on this sheet. And I want it to be somewhere around the center of the sheet. Okay. So right now I'm at 8.26 by 7. I'm gonna just take it down a little bit more. Okay, so this is okay. All right, so that is fine. The next thing I'm going to do, is I'm going to put some text on this right here. So I'm gonna go over here where it says text, and in this text, I am going to write. I'm gonna put it over here. In this text, I'm going to write all we need is love. Okay, and I'm gonna put an exclamation mark. All right, I'm gonna change this text from Cricut Sans to a system font that I have. So I'm gonna go over here where it says font, and I'm gonna search for this font. The font that I'm using is called Cherry Blossom. Okay, I'm gonna type in Cherry. Okay, this is the font, and it's gonna automatically change this font to the one that I need. So here is my font. It is too large, so I'm going to take it down a little bit just to see if it can fit on this paper right here. Okay. All right, now that I have this, I'm going to curve this font. I'm going to curve it. So I'm gonna go over here where it says curve, and I'm gonna move this cursor or this little circle to the right. And you're gonna notice what happens when I do that. So when I move it to the right, you notice that my words are being curved. Okay, I'm going to curve it until I love how it looks. And I think this is quite okay and it is quite all right. I'm also going to change this to a maybe a pink font. Okay, all right. So this is looking nice so far. I also want to add another text, and this text is 1 John 4:7-8. If you know the Bible, it says, "Beloved, let us love one another, for love is of God, and everyone that loveth is born of God and knoweth God." It's 1 John 4. I'm gonna put a colon 7 through 8. Okay. So this is the font that this is what I want on my shirt. You could choose whatever you want on your shirt. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to move my cursor now to the left for it to fold upwards, for it to curve upwards. Also, I'm going to change the line spacing because it's kind of too far from each other. So I'm going to go up here where it says line space, and I'm going to move the space, the arrow key down until those are touching each other. All right. Also, I'm going to weld this font because I want it to be one piece. So I'm going to go here where it says combine down at the bottom here, and I'm going to weld. Okay. So now that I weld this, you can curve it again. Okay. So let me take this down a little bit. Take it down a little bit more. And I think that is okay. I'm also going to change this to pink. All right. I think this looks okay. I am also going to weld this image at the top. Okay. All right. I think this looks okay. I think the spacing is fine. I'm going to take this up a little bit more, and I'm going to see if I could stretch out my elephant a little bit more. Okay. All right, so this is what we have. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hide my template, which is the square. I'm gonna go over here where it says hide, where you see this eye looking at you, and I'm gonna hide it. The next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make this whole thing one image. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on the all we need is love. Then I'm going to press shift, click on my elephant, and then click on my 1 John 4, 7 through 8. And then I'm going to go down here where it says combine, and I'm going to make this one image. I'm going to weld it. Okay. So when you weld it, all that we did with the coloring, it doesn't matter anymore. And the colors at this point does not matter. I am just thinking that that's the color that I wanted to use on this. Okay. Now when we look at this, we see that this is quite okay. This is fine. So what I'm going to do is you're going to go up here where it says basic operation. Now you'll know that this is going to be a basic cut, meaning that my Cricut is going to cut out every single details that are here. But I don't want my Cricut to cut it out. I want my pen to draw, my marker to draw it. So I'm going to go over here where it says basic cut, and I'm going to change it. I'm going to press the arrow, and I'm going to change it to a pen. When you change it to a pen, this box that is right here, you're going to go over here and you are going to click on it. Then you're going to change the fine point to a marker, and then I'm going to change that to, because I'm using infusible ink markers, I'm going to change the color to a black. Okay, so I'm just browsing to see where are my infusible ink black. Okay, all right. Oh, I passed it so many times. This is it. So I'm going to change it to a black. Now, this is what you're going to have. So all you're going to do now is you're going to press make it. All right. So when you press make it, what you're going to find, it's going to come on a 12 by 12 inch paper. you are going to mirror your image because we are going to use heat to do this. So you're going to go ahead and mirror your image, and then you're going to press continue. And what is going to happen is that it's going to search for my Cricut Maker, and then I'm going to show you the settings that you're going to use. Okay guys, so what I'm going to do, this is my light grip mat, and I have my sublimation paper on my mat, and I also have the markers that I'm gonna use. These are the colors that I have, and what I'm gonna use my black marker to do this project. So what you're gonna take the top off your marker, and you're gonna open your clamp, and you're going to stick it down until you hear it click, and then you are going to close it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to put my mat in, and I'm gonna load the mat in, and then this is just gonna draw your design. Okay guys, so this is the result of what we just drew on our Cricut. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to shade these in. I'm gonna color this, and then I'm gonna show you what that looks like. Okay guys, so this is the result of what I went ahead and I did. As you all know, I am the worst colorer in the world, so this is what I have working with. I think it's a very intricate design, and that is the reason why I don't know. Let's see how it comes out. So I'm gonna take it off my mat, and what I'm gonna do, I'm going to prepare my shirt. So the shirt that I'm using today is one from the Make brand, and it is 100% polyester. I got it from Michael's. Okay, and if you watched my video where I did the sublimation on 100% polyester, I told you that the Make brand, it runs a little small, so I did up my size to an extra large. So I don't know how it's gonna fit, but the first thing you want to do is go ahead and lint roll. My heat press is ready. I set it to 390 degrees for 1 minute. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to lint roll this very well, because you do not want to have your shirt having blue fibers. The next thing I'm gonna do, I'm going to pre-press the shirt to get out the moisture. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna fold my shirt in two to find the midpoint. Gonna let it cool off for a little while. I'm gonna find the midpoint of my design, and I'm gonna put it face down on my shirt like this, coming down about 2 inches from the top. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna tape this down. You're gonna need heat resistant tape, and you're gonna tape this down very well. gonna take a piece of butcher paper. And I'm gonna place this inside my shirt. Because I don't want it to mess up the shirt at the back. So I'm gonna set it quite well. Yes, it's beautiful. Yeah, I love it. Alright, so what I'm going to do now, I'm gonna put another piece of butcher paper over my design. I think this is enough. I'm gonna tape it down so that it doesn't move. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to press this for 60 seconds at 390 degrees. Okay guys, so this is what we have. It's always a very good sign when you see it comes out of the paper. So we're gonna see how it looks. Oh,
wow, oh my gosh.
oh my god,
It's so pretty.
I don't know if this one came off quite well or if that's the color that it has. Okay,
So cool, Mommy.
it's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I think that's the color it has. Yeah, because all of it came off that way. Wow. Now, this is the result of the shirt that we have just made using our Cricut Infusible ink markers. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.